Welcome, Gemini Cancer, to your Astrodice reading for March. Welcome back, all subscribers. Anyone new, welcome, welcome. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you. Straight in here. Best message, best house for Gemini Cancer, please. We got the 6th house coming in with some Saturn energy. With Virgo. Nice. Okay, so going straight over here to Saturn, there's something that you need to figure out over here. Discovering the discoveries. This is the part of you that accepts challenge to gain the wisdom. And you're going to do it with some Virgo. That's going to be some good earth energy right there. Especially for a challenge, I would say that is really good, because this energy around you is dutiful, hesitant, humble, with discriminating, diligent, and painstaking air. So this will actually keep you busy, really wanting to figure out the wisdom to this challenge, trying to figure out what puzzle piece am I missing over here. But you're keeping you very humble as well, so it's going to be a very good thing for you while you're doing such a thing. Because it's not going to make you feel so overwhelmed, right? And if you had fire energy, you might feel a little impatient and a little impulsive and feel a little, you know what I'm saying? So I think that Virgo is going to be very good. Going straight into the 6th house. So the 6th house is definitely talking about your hobbies. It's talking about your hobbies, your work, your health, the duties of your life, things that you need to get done, right? So, you know, responsibilities that you have, habits and relationships, okay, going to the gym, whatever it is you need to be doing within that area. So let's see what's going on. Trying to figure out the piece. Is it a missing piece or is it a broken piece? Right, what is the piece to the puzzle? So let's see what's going on. Best message, please, for Gemini Cancer. Best message for Gemini Cancer, please. And we're going straight to the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. And this is, well, I really wasn't worried about the traveler. It's almost like the traveler that you thought was coming towards you. This person that you thought was coming towards you. I just don't know if they're going to actually come towards you. There's kind of a challenge. Are they really going to come? They said they were going to come. Are they really going to come this way? Is this really going to happen? And it does feel like you're just not sure if this person really is going to travel towards you or not. And if you thought you were going to travel towards them, giving it a second thought as well. Whatever this 6th house is, right? Whoever this person is. Could be the King of Pentacles. Taurus. Got Aries, Sagittarius, Taurus on the board. You're just not feeling like whether or not this is going to be the right place within the 6th house for you to actually do so. Oh, hold on, guys. My right ear is ringing. It feels like this person wanted to do something with the 6th house with you. So were you going to the gym with this person and this person said, we should go to the gym, we should do this, but then all of a sudden they kind of bailed? Or are you thinking maybe you don't want to do the 6th house with this person? Whatever it was something within the duties of your life, this 6th house that they said they were going to travel toward you and do with you. But it almost feels like they're second guessing themselves. They're not focused where they said they were going to focus on with you. Either that or it's you who's no longer focused on doing it with them. Take it how it resonates. Something overwhelmed the situation to the place where you come to the conclusion that maybe they're not doing it for you. Maybe you felt like there was some kind of obsessive behavior, maybe obsessive impulsive behavior by them, in which kind of threw you for a loop, and you're not feeling like they're going after what you're going after. So if the sixth house is some kind of, we're making, oh my gosh, I just heard it too, like we're building a band. It's for somebody. We're building a band, but you said you were going to be the drummer. You said you were going to make it on here on time, but every time I turn around, you're drunk. That's for someone. It's not your story, throw it away, right? Sure, it's not for very many people, but the point is that it's bringing on a tower, right? So it's that kind of idea, right? Where it's like, I'm going after the Ace of Wands. I want the growth. I want things to happen within the sixth house, but every time I turn around, you're doing something toxic. Maybe they're always in jail. Maybe they're always feuding with the other band members or whatever's going on, right? However it is, or maybe they're just being lazy and they're not showing up. So you're saying, I'm not even sure if I want you to be here. So it's almost like the Page of Wands could be 2 in 1. Maybe you're actually starting to get the idea over here of, if they didn't show up, it wouldn't bother me. I've come to the conclusion it doesn't bother me anymore. Because I see them as kind of throwing it to the wind, and not really taking it serious. They're just kind of doing whatever they want to do. Maybe it's a lustful situation, obsessive, impulsive, anything of this nature. Whatever's going on with the devil over here. But it just feels to me that they're not as serious about the situation as you are serious about the situation. So you are kind of losing focus on whether you care whether or not they're going to come into the sixth house and help you out, because you figure they ain't that focused anyways. They're not as focused as they try to make me believe. Hey, maybe last month they were like, we're totally going to do this, and then they never show up. Or they always have some excuse, or however it is. So you're over here trying to figure out the challenge and the wisdom. Maybe the challenge and the wisdom is, if you guys are building a band, my new challenge, the wisdom is, where's my new drummer? Right? Maybe the challenge of the wisdom is, are they actually going to do what they say they're going to do, or are they just going to keep doing what they're doing? There is kind of a challenge, though, for you. You straight to the mid-month. Queen of Wands upside down feels like that is still the person, but they also kind of making you upset about the situation. You are getting very frustrated about the situation because it does feel like you have 2 other people over here, or maybe, that are kind of like waiting on this situation. They're kind of waiting for you. Kind of funny because it almost looks like the gym over here. It almost looks like he's kind of holding a barbell. Maybe it's because we're in the sixth house, so it's crazy how things can just come out to light. But it's almost like, well, you're going to the gym with us or what? We're not waiting around waiting for you. So if you think that we're going to put you on a pedestal and be like, where'd you go? Where'd you go? No, we're not waiting for you anymore. And it does feel like maybe they're kind of limelighting the situation in the mid-month because they want to know why you did what you did, and maybe you didn't wait for them. And now they feel like they're kind of the third wheel. Well, you know what? You made yourself the third wheel, right? And that's kind of what they're saying. So they're frustrating you, but they're getting a little antsy and a little pissy as well, because they feel like you kind of, well, that really is a challenge, though, if you think about it, right? I think that the biggest thing in this situation, it would be, how to not make this person feel like they're the third wheel, but also make them understand that they're dropping the ball. Yeah, because they're just kind of draining the energy in the sixth house. But I feel like there's other people involved in this situation, and they're also, draining that too. Draining them as well. It doesn't feel, it feels to me, guys, there's no win or lose in this situation, right? Because even if you come out the winner, you're still going to be sad about the situation, because I'm coming, maybe they don't get it. I don't. Somebody's always going to have to be the loser even when you're the winner, right? It seems like you've been generous to them. In the mid-month, it says you're generous to them. I've offered them to come do this, even though there's a piece in my head in the beginning of the month. It was like, I don't know if I really want you here, because it's just, the way it's all going down. But it does feel like you become more generous, and you're trying to offer them, and you're trying to help them out to get to whatever it is that you're trying to do. within the sixth house. And it just feels like they're not getting it. And if they are getting there to where they're supposed to be, they're late. And then they want to put themselves on a pedestal. And then they want to point fingers at you and maybe somebody else, to the point to where it was like, why'd you leave? Why'd you do this? Why did you do that? You're saying, because I have my own satisfaction. They want the satisfactories of the sixth house with you. They want to do these things with you. It just feels like, look, well, you can't point fingers about the situation. Absolutely. So they're draining you and making you feel kind of down and out, especially at the mid-month, because they're kind of coming back, pointing a finger, saying, you left me behind. Why did you do that? And you said, no, I was generous to you. I came to offer within the mid-month you to do this. You're not going to sit around and wait for you forever. So it does feel like it is pressure. But look, like I said, the Virgo in this one is very good because you're still keeping yourself busy within the sixth house, right? There is kind of a hesitancy, especially in the beginning of the month. But you're being very humble with the situation. You're being as humble as you can in this situation, right? I mean, my gosh. I mean, what do they want you to do? Hold their hand? In some ways, you kind of were in some ways, right? Because I also kind of feel right here that you were generous. You're like, well, if your car don't work, I'll come get you. You know, if you want to be there when everybody else is there, I'll come get you. Or so-and-so, I'll have so-and-so pick you up, or I'll give you a cab, or, you know, and it just feels like you went way out of your way, and then they still didn't do it. So I think the challenge over here with the wisdom is kind of making you itch your head going, so how do I get out of this? Right? So you're definitely going to have a lot of decisions. And I think that a lot of these decisions and a lot of these conversations and a lot of these things that are going on is going to come from the other third party. It's going to come from, you know, whether it's, you know, you with this, maybe, you know, this Taurus, this, you know, Sagittarius, whoever maybe you're with. I think you guys are going to have a lot of conversations about what's going on in this situation. And if it's not you and another person, it could just be you trying to decide and have conversations with yourself, trying to figure out what to do in this situation. Yeah, because it does feel like you're at service, and it feels like this Taurus who's saying, well, we're trying to be as at service as possible within this situation, but we have to make new movements. So new movements, new choices, and new services will be added. I'm telling you right now, if this is a band member and you guys are trying to put a band together, I don't know who that's for, but I'm telling you right now, they're out, and it looks like you might be bringing a Cancer in, or this Capricorn in, or Virgo, or whoever. Could be anybody, bringing a new person in to take their job, because you've just come to the conclusion that the other band members and you have come to the conclusion they're not at service at all, so we're going to let somebody else come in to run the chariot. Right? So it looks to me like you're gonna kind of oust them, because it's nothing but drama in its own way. And if you're not really 100% ouncing it, it's just like, okay, well, you know what? Then they're not reliable. Okay, we've tried to be at service for them as much. Just let them do whatever they want to do, and that could be it as well. Saying, fine, but you know what? Don't rely on them to be here. And then will be the understanding and the wisdom that you're coming to is they're not reliable. Either they're out, or just let them do whatever they want. You know what? They want to show up at the gym when they want to show up at the gym. Fine. Then you know what? Let them do whatever they want. Because I'm not going to sit over here and offer them all this stuff and then just have them either throw it back in my face, or, you know, however it's going to be, right? So it's just kind of like throwing it to the wind, right? You're either kicking them out or throwing it to the wind, depending on what you're doing, right? Yeah, because you don't see them taking action. And it's almost like I'm telling you, you're having this conversation and you're saying, they're not. The wisdom that you're coming to is they're not taking action where action needs to be taken. If they wanted to be a part of this sixth house, then they would have showed up. No, if anything, they just keep escaping. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So either we're going to escape that person, or just let them do whatever they want. For a lot of you, it feels like they're also kind of stealing your time. So you are looking for somebody else to help with the situation. I mean, look, if you're planting a garden, need somebody to be there. If you're working on your house, you can't let this person who's supposed to be over here hanging drywall, who said they're going to be there. See, it could be anything. That's what the 6th house is. It's anything that's duty-wise, right? So however it is, you might even be ghosting them. Saying, well, that's sorry, we're escaping. So, you're bringing in the Chariot, because this, I'm telling you, this new person over here is going to bring in the promises and the hopes, and they seem to be showing up. They seem to be doing what they want, and what they're supposed to be doing, actually, right? It could even be the Sagittarius over here, or you and the Sagittarius are actually getting the promises done, in which needs to come through. Take it how it resonates. Because like I said before, it could be a Sagittarius or a Taurus who's helping you. Doesn't have to be, of course, but no matter what it is, it's more hopeful, and things are going to actually get done in the 6th house. So whether or not, take it how it resonates on how you're going to deal with the person, but it's either let them go, let them come, and I think the problem is, though, if it's going to be something like drywall or something, you can't just let them come and go as they please. There is a time limit, and it feels like this reading is crazy because it feels very timely. It feels like, even if you're in a band, there is a time limit. You cannot play a band without a drummer. You cannot build a house without, without the drywall guy. If it's the gym or something like, fine, that's your fine. You know what? You can sit over here and say how much you really want to gain muscle and be He-Man. But in the end, if you don't show up to the gym, you're not doing anything, right? We're all going to be buff, and you're still going to be skinny-armed, Rob Lowe. So, however you want to see it. So whether or not it's actually timely or it's just, and I think the only reason it would be gaining wisdom is because it does feel like they get frustrated when you're not doing what they want you to do. That's a problem. Okay, my friends, until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.